HuniePop! It's an anime dating sim that fuses the wonders of hentai with the addictiveness of Candy Crush. And as many of you may know, I just completed the entire game on my side channel, Dookieshed Plays, which if you aren't subscribed to, you should totally click this annotation and get on that, or I'll kill you. Anyway, for those of you that don't know, HuniePop is an indie game that gives you the opportunity to date a dozen beautiful women and somehow win their affection by force-feeding them their favorite foods, giving them gifts, and pouring dangerous quantities of alcohol into their faces. And also by playing Bejeweled. It's just like real life. If I said I didn't get totally hooked on this game, I'd be lying. So it's time to make a top 5. Oh, and there will be some spoilers, so you've been warned. Number 5! Audrey Belrose, the mega bitch. No, I didn't coin that phrase, it's actually how Kiyu, your lovely fairy companion, describes her. And boy, is it accurate. Do I like Audrey? Not really. She's vicious, manipulative, and stubborn. So why is she on this list? Well, for one thing, she's super hot, but more importantly, she's intriguing. When I first met Audrey, I pretty much wanted to Sparta kick her off the second floor of the mall for being such a toxic human being, but the more I talked to her, the more I felt like it was all an act, and if I could just crack the tough outer shell, I'd find a sweet girl underneath. You know, like she was a coconut or something. Except I hate coconuts. Well, as it turns out, that's a pretty accurate metaphor for me because all that's beneath her rough exterior is just more nastiness. But that didn't stop me from coming back again and again. I just felt this constant urge to tame the beast that was Audrey. It never really panned out that way, but the experience was still memorable, and I should reiterate, Audrey is really hot. So there's that. Number 4! Jessie Mae is one seductive creature. The minute you first encounter her, she coaxes you over, sweet talks you into buying her a drink, and proceeds to flirt back and forth with you until you just can't take it anymore. Through your lovely little chats with Jessie, you learn all kinds of wonderful nuggets of information about her. She's 36 years old, she's the mother of Tiffany, another character in the game, and best of all, she's an adult film actress. And she even proves it by sending you a picture of herself, at work. But she's definitely one of the most fun girls in the game to talk to, mainly because she's in seduction mode 100% of the time. It doesn't matter what kind of bumbling dumbass you are in real life, Jessie's going to make you feel like you're the most charming man alive. She's kind of like a stripper that doesn't get naked and that you don't have to pay. So, not like a stripper at all. The point is, Jessie is interesting because you know you're going to have a good time with her, but also that she just enjoys the attention it gets her and that you're not really impressing her. Number 3. Celeste came out of nowhere, and I really mean that. Unlike a lot of the game's secrets, unlocking Celeste was one thing that was not spoiled for me by the comments section. So when this blue-skinned alien with an out-of-this-world body showed up at the beach one night and started asking me astronomy questions, I was pretty blown away. She looks like a Draenei from World of Warcraft, she's an intergalactic bounty hunter with a skin-tight bodysuit much like Samus, and she even has a Slave Leia outfit. It's almost hard to imagine that there are 2 girls ahead of Celeste on this list, but just keep your pants on, we'll get there. Celeste is super intelligent and has the most hypnotic voice I've ever heard. Being asked astronomy questions, most of which I knew the answer to, was such a nice break from the asinine cat questions I was being bombarded with from Momo. I loved when the comments section was like, oh, when you don't know the answer to Momo's questions, they're stupid, but Celeste's questions are fine. Yes, that is correct. I don't see the issue here. Oh, and I should mention that Celeste's last name is Luvendas. Yeah, I am lovin' the ass. Thank you for asking. Number 2! Oh, Kiyu. None of this would have been possible without you. You gave us the honeybee, the single most powerful tool in girl stalking technology to ever exist. It was like a Pokedex, but for women. It could even order food, drinks, and gifts directly to the player at a moment's notice. Kiyu earned a spot on this list just for being our benevolent tour guide through this wonderful world, but she's in the number 2 spot because she joined in the fun herself. After your first successful conquest, Kiyu the Love Fairy decides to play along and give you the opportunity to date her as well. Talking to Kiyu was always a treat. I know I always said she acted like such a white girl, and I'm not sure exactly what I meant by that, but Kiyu was just a trip. She never took anything too seriously and had a super playful demeanor. Not to mention she's a total nympho and would even bro out with you about how hot the other girls in the game were. And dudes, when you've found a girl that you can bond with over the hotness of other girls, you know you've found a winner. Number 1! Aiko Yumi. Never have I been so smitten by a video game character. It was love at first sight. I'll never forget the first thing I said to her. Look at this. Fuck these birds, am I right? Aiko is hands down my favorite girl in HuniePop. Or should I say woman, because Aiko is 28 years old. Hey, what a coincidence, so am I. And as such, it always felt like I was talking to someone with the same emotional maturity as myself. She doesn't play games, she's super down to earth, she's not afraid to talk about adult topics like, you know, sex. and she's got a great sense of humor that's pretty perverted from time to time, and there's nothing wrong with that, folks. Aiko has the personality of an actual human being, and a human being that I would really enjoy hanging out with at that. And let's not fail to mention how ridiculously hot Aiko is. Oh, and the icing on the cake? The voice acting, especially during the final date. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. She's amazing. Great date, mate. I rate 8 out of 8. Hey, thanks for watching my video on the top 5 HuniePop Girls. This one just kind of came out of nowhere. My plans for this month kind of got a wrench thrown in them because of reasons, but I was able to crank this one out, and it was a lot of fun to do, and I had a good time doing it, and HuniePop is a fun game, and I'm excited for HunieCam Studio, because I'm a perv. So, if this is your first time here, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel or I'll kill you! Goodbye.